All right, guys, here we go. We're having our birthday. Hi, Milo. Hi, can you see Milo? Milo's in the car. We're going to go shopping at the doggy pet shoppy place. He's on his special blankie. He got kisses for Mama, but he got really upset and kind of nervous, and he pooped in his diaper, so he stinks. It's okay. It's all right. Don't feel bad, okay? All right, one more place. It's going to be a happy place to go, okay? Okay? So, I haven't watched much of anything because it's Milo's day. I did laundry for him, didn't I? And he was enjoying that. When I said, Milo, it's time. So we had to run out to the pharmacy out in our old town. And then I had to run to Dollar General because I got Terry the cat a little can of Fancy Feast. Oh, super burritos. A little can of Fancy Feast. Here, let's protect you from the sun. So he can celebrate. Oh my God, that dude just got out of his truck. Okay. It's all about you, dude. It's all about you. Everyone's celebrating Milo's birthday. You're the big three. Not everyone thought you'd make it. No, because you had such a rough first year, buddy. But you know what? You did, because you're a little trooper. You're my little soldier, aren't you? Yes, you are. But you know how upset he gets when he's pooping. So as we're driving out here, I get on the freeway and suddenly he is just freaking the F out. I'm pooping, Mom! I'm pooping! I know, pooping is hard. I know. So many of you are new, and I was going to wait till 3,000 subs to do a dog special. But we're almost there anyway. And it's Milo's special day. Boop. I booped your nose, baby. I did. He is restrained. Don't worry. So, for 9 years now. Hey, Lori, I got 9 years too. For 9 years, let me shut this. I ran I'd say 8 years, 8.5 years. I ran single-handedly, no help. I ran a Facebook page. And what it was I would facilitate and fundraise for brachycephalic dogs. I specifically did 6 breeds. Occasionally, I would do other breeds, or like if someone had brackies but they also had a Labrador and the Labrador needed medical attention, I'd include them. But I had really strict vetting protocols, and donations went straight to the veterinarian's office. If it did not go to the vet's office, I would make arrangements for a local bank to accept funds to then be transferred to the veterinarian. Some vet offices in small towns can't handle it. So, that's okay. I actually had a couple big ones. But for the most part, I'd say 95% handled direct donations. And that way you didn't have to worry. It would be like paying a hotel. So, I would also try to facilitate adoptions of special needs and senior brackies. And so I got to become friends with many great rescues between the UK, Canada, and the United States, and one in Mexico. I've worked with some amazing rescues. So, one of which is, if you're ever looking for special needs young bulldogs, and I mean special needs, predominantly spina bifida, like him, Lily's Pad up in Vancouver, Washington, owned by Rachel and Ken Davis. They're awesome. She's a hospice nurse. He's a drug and alcohol counselor for 8th to 12th grades. Amazing human beings. And Lily, who the rescue is named after, was their bulldog, who they adopted as special needs. And they just loved it. They loved the breed. They learned a lot. She even has like a little oxygen tent at home. They moved just to have bigger property. They're just amazing, and they've gone to Canada. They've flown out to get dogs. Just wonderful people. So the gal who ran Southern Oregon Boston Terrier Rescue, she retired, Wanda, and she moved about an hour outside of Vancouver, Washington. And when I lost my two Boston girls, Sadie and Ro, I was heartbroken. They both died a few months apart. They both died of sudden liver cancer. After diagnosis, they each lived about 3 months. And Sadie went first, and then Ro. And when Ro died, I was absolutely shattered. Ro was my world. And she was adopted. I adopted her for the last 6 years of her life. I mean, they were both 13. It was kind of weird how they both got the same thing. So, Wanda knew I needed a dog. I had Ginger. Ginger needed a dog because for like a month we didn't have a second dog, and Ginger became, I could see her personality changing, and not for the better. She was still young, and I knew she needed someone, and I knew I needed someone. Hubs was very opposed to it. Ginger is his dog. He did 4 flights to get to her. That's his baby. And he felt it would just be best to concentrate on her, considering her disability. And I said, nope. No. She needs a sibling, because first off, dogs are pack animals. And if they don't have a pack, they don't do well. I could see her personality changing, and she, like I said, it was not for the best. So Wanda messaged me and said, I have this little dude, 7 months, here's his issues. And I said, okay. And Hubs went, no, too many issues. And I said, as long as I don't have to express bladders, I'll take it. Nothing wrong with expressing bladders. I've done it before a million times. It's just, I didn't want to have to. Ginger takes a lot of care, morning, noon, and night. So I just didn't want that added responsibility, because you skip that and you can really do harm to a dog. So we drove up on Veterans Day 2022 and spent the night at a Pineapple up in Portland. She drove down and we got Mr. Milo. And life has been awesome since. So, what's wrong with Mr. Milo? Other than wearing cute outfits and being a kiss man. He's a kissing machine. Mr. Milo was born to a backyard greeter. He was born with a tail, which many Bostons are. There is a question as to whether he has a quarter pug in him. I don't know. He's predominantly Boston. When he was born, the greeters did not realize there was an issue because he was a baby and babies poop all over and pee all over. But they wanted to take care of his tail because Bostons don't get a lot of money if they have a tail. So, oh, look at that bulldog. What a cutie. So they rubber banded his tail, which is a common way to knock off a tail without surgery. And he had the band put on way too close to his spine. His tail fell off, bones and all, of course. And if you're horrified, that is a really common method. It's the same thing as kind of like Burdizzoing or banding a bull's testicles. You put a big rubber band on them and let them walk around, and it cuts off the blood flow and they become necrotic and drop off. Or you can pull them off with, some people do the hanger thing and just pull them. And it doesn't hurt because it's dead. But unfortunately, what they did not realize was that he was born with spina bifida. He also has, in his cervical spine and his T-spine, he has some butterfly vertebrae, which are malformed vertebrae that if and when they become displaced, will cause him to be paralyzed. He is prone to brain zaps, which is why I call him my little autistic dog. Nothing to shame an autistic person. He has moments where he cannot control his emotions and he becomes aggressive, and they come out of the blue. I've learned over time to see the symptoms coming, so I can put him in a darkened room and quiet, and he'll chill out. But he's gotten me to bleed before, and he doesn't mean it. He doesn't mean it. You can see in his eyes he's not there, and it happens rarely now, but it does happen. Mostly when he's on a leash, so we might see it in a second. He was born with an integumentary problem where his healing process in his skin is not as good, so it takes him forever to heal. He had at 6 months a butterfly urethrostomy, so they cut his urethra and filleted it open. So he has a Whizzle stick, but it's short and it's filleted open, has like 2 flaps. It's like a big U shape, and the front is open. Because he had too long of a sheath and pee was getting trapped in there, and he got urine burns inside the skin, and so they had to cut it back. He is fully incontinent, so he wears diapers. I probably change him 8 to 10 times a day. He has a GI problem where he does not digest like he doesn't have normal peristalsis. So he can go like 2 days without pooping, and then all of a sudden we have 3 days of diarrhea. He's prone to diarrhea, and all bulking agents do not work, from Metamucil to the pumpkin and apple peel shit. I have tried holistic, I've tried medicinal, it doesn't work. And lastly, he is fully allergic to most every protein on the planet, which is why I have to make his food. He's very sensitive to wheat also, so he tends to get rice flour, banana, applesauce, and peanut butter. That's a mouthful, buddy, for such a tiny little guy. But you know what? He's smart as a whip, and he is a love bug. Yes, you are. Where are we? We're going to get birthday bones. And you know what? He survived. He's a fighter, and he's just my little world. Oh, and he has a bald spot on his head, which he doesn't like me to talk about. Huh? No. You love your mama. Huh? You love everybody. All right, guys. So, we're going to go in. I'll film him walking around the store and hopefully picking something out. And holy moly, what's happening in town? Wow. Don't know. Wow, something happened. All right, so I will upload this, and then later on we'll show you what happened inside the store, and then tonight when we do our stroll, we'll show you what we got.